Hello and thank you for tuning in to Millennium Movies. Today's video I'm going to be breaking down the second trailer for BrightBurn, which is from James Gunn. He's producing this. He is not writing or directing it though. A friend of his is directing and his brothers are actually writing the script. But man, I cannot wait for this movie. My goodness, the first trailer really piqued my interest, but now James Gunn, you have my full attention. This movie cannot come soon enough. Memorial Day, please get here by tomorrow. I cannot wait to see this movie. Let's go ahead and get right into the breakdown though of this trailer, because it really starts off, we see a lot of similar tropes, right? Like to other supervillain origin stories. You know, we get to see Brandon Breyer, the little boy. We see him getting bullied by his peers, his classmates, and they're knocking him down to the ground. And the coach is trying to say, hey, little girl, you know, help him out. You know, don't treat him differently. And they're calling him a freak and stuff. You know, the typical stuff that we see in supervillain origin stories. And, you know, we even see the simple-minded town folk saying, you know, hey, this kid's different from the rest of our kids. And, you know, people, simple-minded people like that, unfortunately, they just want to cast out anybody who's different. They want Brandon Breyer. They want him to just go away. They want him to leave. And we even see a bit of that the fact that there might be a little bit of an unstable household now going on because of this fracture going on at school. That now Elizabeth Banks is, you know, she wants to show him love and empathy and say that no, that is my son. And you know, she's probably doing that in hopes that maybe he will learn to do the same for other people, because he will learn from her that, you know, the human race is kind. But of course then the father is like, no, that's not our kid, man. That's not our kid. Maybe we should just find a way to kill him or get rid of him. But of course, they're not going to kill evil Superman Jr., right? They're not going to do that. So I like that we get to see those tropes for a supervillain origin story. But what's so interesting here that makes this concept, this idea different, is it sort of reminds me of Julian Dennison's character in Deadpool 2, right? Fire Fist. If you've seen Deadpool 2, what does Cable tell Deadpool about Fire Fist and why he's come back to kill a kid? Because he tells him that, you know, in an alternate timeline, you know, Fire Fist, you know, as a child he was tortured and he was bullied, and he knew nothing but anger and pain and just feeling different. So when he finally got to his breaking point and realized the potential of his powers, you know, he killed somebody, and then he grew a liking to it. He found out, wow, this feels really good, and I'm just going to continue to keep on killing people. And I think that that's what's going on here with Brandon Breyer, but the only difference is I don't think that he's going to come back. You know, there's no Cable to come back in time and save this kid, right? He's all alone, so he's going to make his own decisions. And when a small child is making decisions like that, they don't have the best judgment, right? Their brains are still developing. So I think that he is gonna go full-fledged villain, and I'm very interested to see that. I cannot wait, because we even get snippets here of his powers, and my goodness, some of the visuals in this film, as I'm looking at some of my notes here, I mean, everything from his glowing eyes to the way he's sinisterly, you know, like levitating in the air with that weird, I don't know what he's got, some type of breathing device, or I'm not sure what exactly he's got going on in his face, a mask of some sorts, but then his cape is flapping, and it looks, oh man, he looks like a supervillain, which is really the bread and butter of this film, right? We want to see a supervillain origin story, and it looks like James Gunn is giving that to us. So I'm very, very excited. I can't say that enough. But we even see, you know, it looks like he really is indestructible when we're looking at the lawnmower, right, spinning in circles, and he just puts his hand on the metal and it just completely tears up the lawnmower metal, right? So, you know, he's very powerful, and even when that little girl is being forced to help him up, she didn't want to help him up, but the coach is like, hey, help this kid out. He starts, like, you know, forcefully grabbing her hand, and it looks like maybe he breaks her hand or something, and she's in pain. So we see that he's very powerful. And, you know, if that's not enough to sell you on it, the fact that he has laser beams shooting out of his eyes like Superman, and the fact that, you know, he just tears through that freezer inside the restaurant, and just, you know, in a split second, he's right on the other side of the restaurant, and then he's inside the freezer with that woman, and he kills her. He's that quick. He's that powerful. He can be here for 1 second. He can be right across from you the other. So he's very quick. He's very powerful. Another shot that I loved, my goodness, this was like, oh my goodness, this was the, you know, right, it's like the whipped cream on top of your waffles or something. But the shot where he's kind of zooming in and out of the house, and he's just, my goodness, you can feel the power between the sound of him just blasting through one side of the door and then coming back and blasting the other side, and just having Elizabeth Banks be standing under the counter and she's just screaming, and it's terrifying. It's truly terrifying to see that happening. It makes you realize that, sure, yeah, we love Marvel and we love DC and we love all these comic book movie adaptations, and it's fun, right? I mean, that's good. It's good to have fun. But here you realize, if supervillains existed, my goodness, and if they came after you specifically, you wouldn't stand a chance. It'd be terrifying. You know, I'd probably piss on my pants if that happened to me. Honestly, I don't care. I'm not afraid to admit it. But what it really does, too, is it makes you really appreciate Superman that much more, right? You know, thank you, Superman, for being such a peaceful superhero to us, and guiding us and leading us rather than dividing us. So, this trailer, man, I gotta say, it's got me hyped, and I cannot wait for Memorial Day. I need to see this, but luckily it's coming out just in a few months, so, you know, we can wait. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Did you love this trailer as much as I did? Please, I'd love to have a conversation with you guys. I cannot wait to see this movie. And if you enjoyed this video, go ahead, please leave a like, and consider subscribing to the channel if you want more types of trailer breakdowns like this. I also do episode breakdowns for certain TV shows, and I do a couple of movie reviews, and just cover all types of movie news on the channel, mostly horror. So if you enjoyed what I've done here so far, please, I'd love to have you along for the ride with me in the future. But yeah, until next time, guys, this has been Millennium Movies, and I will see you all very soon.